Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, Colts Podcast, and all the Midwest. I'm Myles, You Betcha Guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We're live. We're back in the studio. We're feeling good. And, guys, you're looking at Weekend Warrior over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
finally now crossed over in dadhood and or adulthood, maybe even my neighborhood. I've crossed over into the Weekend Warrior status.
You finally get that bench stage?
Give it up.
What?
So all of those hardware store commercials talking about Weekend Warriors, those now apply to me. So I'm going to pay extra attention to those. See where I can get a hot deal on wood screws and caulking, you know? I'm now in that target market.
You're in the cock target market.
Yeah.
No deals.
I'm in the market for some nice cock.
Yeah, we don't want shitty cock.
I found out this weekend after, doing they make cock in aerosol cans now,
Really?
which is genius because the worst part, if you don't have a cocking gun, you have to like squeeze it out of so they got the industrial tubes. Even the cocking guns kind of suck. But like if you just have a smaller cock, tube of cock.
I'm listening.
You got to like squeeze it out by hand. Sucks.
Yeah, good forearm
But now they
workout,
make it
though.
in aerosol cans. I got to try it out.
So it's like a WD-40 can where it's got the long
No,
skinny...
it's like a whipped cream ready whip
Oh,
can.
fuck.
No,
That's sweet.
shit.
Huh?
Did you taste it a little bit, Kyle?
No, I have. I
You
just
guys
saw
got
it
one.
online. I got to
Yeah.
get it. So that's my Weekend Warrior project for this weekend. Is get my hands on some aerosol cock.
Yeah, you'll just be cocking everything.
Sure.
Cocking your
The
shirt. And
All you got to do is clip one word here and there, and this is a legendary segment.
yeah, it could be about pheasant hunting. Could be about other things.
It could
be
be.
about DIY. Could be about Miles's weekend.
So, anyways,
Or what he did last weekend.
yeah, go ahead, guys. Ask me what I did this weekend.
I did.
When?
I was like, did you
Tyler
get that
asked you.
bench stained or what?
I did not do the bench.
Oh.
He's got a year to do that.
So I put up some beams in my house.
Load bearing or no?
Oh God, no!
No, Tyler, come
Can't
on.
risk the structural integrity on my craftsmanship.
God.
So we did some beams, whatever, fake beams,
Mm.
not real beams. Not gonna pretend like I'm a real beam guy when I got fake beams.
Mm.
But I don't
No-
know. They may look like real beams to
No
the naked eye.
stolen beam valor in this podcast.
Correct. So I put up some beams. My thought was the reason why I didn't stain the bench first is if I'm going to stain these beams, I might as well just do it all together.
Two birds,
You
one
don't want to
stone
get
type of deal.
enough stain for just the bench and then
I have to go get
can't
more
stain your beams.
But the problem is after we put the beams up, we're kind of like how it looks without stain on it.
Mm.
So now I'm not staining. I have no plans to stain. So I don't know when I'm going
Well,
to stain that bench.
You got to seal it still.
Yeah. But sealer and stain are not the same.
I'm
you
aware,
paint
but
the sealer on, you got to rub the stain on. So it's a completely different process. Probably going to have to do it at a completely different time.
Well, have you ever thought about, have you ever looked at your bench and been like, I kind of like it without stain?
I'm starting to get to that point, you know?
Because if that's the case, then you don't have to stain it.
And if I wait longer, it'll look like reclaimed wood.
Correct.
Right? Because the more dings that I put into it, the more character it'll have. It'll look like a reclaimed piece of
I
wood.
actually saw this really cool to me anyway, hack of like taking a small finishing nail and a small saw blade, and you can take a nail on the open end and go like this across wood. And then when you stain it, it looks like milled saw marks.
Mm-hmm.
So
Huh.
you could do that on your bench. Make it look like
Make
milled.
it shittier to make it cooler.
Yeah.
You could also take a blowtorch and use a blowtorch around it, just make it look like it's.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to do a blowtorch with wood inside my house and it's already on the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Yeah,
would be that seems like not a good plan.
Yeah.
Put some wet blankets up
I
on
mean,
the
we've
wall.
done
You'd be all
dumber
right.
shit, to be honest. I mean,
But yeah, I mean that's all millennial decorating is in a house is just taking something that's good and intentionally beating the shit out of it to make it look old
Oh yeah.
and slapping some paint or stain on it and being like, wow, look how good this looks now. Even though I intentionally made it shittier. Our grandparents would be like, what are you doing to that very nice oak dresser? You took a wet thing of iron or a hot thing of iron and put some burn marks in it.
Wow.
That's supposed to make it better.
We're getting ahead of it. So when we do fuck it up, it already looks old and fucked
true.
up.
Well, that's all it takes in order to do good millennial decor is just make it worse.
Wreck it.
And then put gray paint on it. That's my favorite hobby is anytime someone's doing a DIY and they're like doing this thing, they're like making a dresser and it's like this cool looking wood, whatever. And then they paint it gray at the end. And I just immediately go to the comments. People are like, you fucking ruined it. They lose their mind.
Is gray the only color that's off limits or?
I don't know. There's a whole brigade of people that hate gray walls and anything.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Life is black and white to them.
Yeah. There's no gray
area.
Yeah, no gray area.
Did you have fun the whole time? Or
No.
was there
God,
moments?
no.
Oh, you didn't?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Whoever has fun the whole time they're doing a DIY project, there's a point in it where you get to like the last 15% where you're like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do this. Cause this took me 12 hours one day to do. So hour number 10, I'm like,
I'm so sick of these
you're
fucking
starting to,
beams.
you're starting to creep in where you're like, should I just try and finish this tomorrow?
Yeah,
It's
but then
already 8:30.
There's you gotta finish it that day.
I know. It helped that my dad was helping me, and I was like, I don't want to make him come back tomorrow, and he's already here, so let's just rip it off. But
Did Ann help at all?
not really.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah, that made a kind of a bad time even worse.
No, she's good.
Leave the beams to the men.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was just one of those things where obviously I like hanging out with my dad and doing a project. That part was fun. But the actual,
Did you have to?
we almost ran out of wood. There was a point where we had to, this is another not fun part. We had to, we were cutting shit in the garage. We had to sit down. It's never good when you're doing a project, you're up moving around, doing stuff, and you have to pause and sit down and think about something. That's never good.
The sit down in the middle of any project just kills momentum.
Correct. But we had to sit down and be like, do we have enough wood? And we had to start being like, okay, we're going to use this for this, this for this. If we cut that one down at this here, then we should be able to use that over here. It was a tense situation for a bit.
But it worked.
It worked out.
Good. Did you have your dad hold the flashlight for you at any time?
I should have, but I did not.
Missed opportunity.
So,
I would have forced that scenario in there somehow.
Dad, you want to hold this for me?
Yeah.
Point it up here.
What are you doing? Pay attention.
So, yeah, I got some beams up, so I'm staying. There's a lot of year left. So,
how'd the electric nailer work?
I knew he was. I intentionally didn't bring it up, so I borrowed Ryan's electric nailer. It worked great, Ryan.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
My dad, I don't know if he sold or not.
Yeah, you
Because
can't.
when we first got it, I wasn't pushing hard enough.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they weren't flushing up, and he was kind of doing the. If I just would have brought my air nailer over, we wouldn't be having this issue. He didn't say that, but that's what his size said to me.
Wait, so he offered to bring his air nailer, but you're like, no, Ryan's got
I have
me.
this cooler. Well, the electric nailer is way better. At least a finish nailer. Like if you're doing a whole house, probably better to use. But why?
Well,
the
it's
electric
just-
nailer works perfectly fine. It was 4 things on the battery, only a whole 12-hour shift. Only one of the things went off the battery. It's not like I had to switch batteries all the time.
I mean, I think it's the convenience of not having the tank and the hose.
Yes, for the air compressor.
Yeah. What if your kid's trying to sleep? You know.
Well, I'm pounding and nailing.
Well, yeah, that's
already.
true. But I mean, yeah, you just added
Anyways,
element.
it was good, Ryan. Thank you for letting me borrow that.
Did you give it back yet?
No, because I might use it for another project.
Limbo.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
I
Myles.
know. Yeah. Mid-Feb. I just need it back in about a month.
Let's push it.
About a month. So.
All right, done. Plus, I also need to replenish your nails. So, I couldn't find them at the hardware store.
Nails are on the house.
Well, no,
Yeah, they're in the house now. In the beam.
They're in the house.
Yeah.
Folks, it's time for our prize picks of the week. And right now you can sign up with code YBR and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win your lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed. When we're recording this, we still have one pick left. We have Justin Jefferson.
More than 89.5.
And so far, guys, if you rode with us last week, you're feeling pretty good about your bet. So,
Wish I could be there.
oh yeah,
You
we forgot Tyler was gone last week. We forgot to tell him what the lineup was, so he didn't get to ride.
You could have asked.
Yeah, and if it was any other person that you guys, I would be rooting against you for excluding me.
Really?
You could have
Man,
asked us.
I
think,
wouldn't have.
You know, it's a two-way street.
I did. I asked Jerrod, who also wasn't in.
Yeah, it's
So let's go, Ryan. You
That's
and I. But this week we're gonna go back-to-back weeks. We're gonna hit tonight. We're gonna go back-to-back. I am gonna ride what worked for me last week. Derrick Henry. I think he's at 96.5 rush yards. More than that, he had 186 last week. He's gotten more than that the last 4 weeks. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. They're gonna ride him all the way to the Super Bowl.
I like it. I mean,
quite literally.
all of those things could happen.
Yeah. Just ride the Ravens are riding the back of Henry all the way to the Super Bowl.
Hop on.
Everyone knows if you can run the ball in the playoffs, you're gonna win.
It helps.
100%. I mean,
So what do you got, Jerrod?
Got Khalil Shakir, more than 49.5 receiving yards.
Tyler?
Okay, I like it.
Nico Collins, more than 6 receptions.
I kind of like reception. I might do that next week.
Well, you got to stick with Derrick Henry.
Well, yeah, if he crushes again, I'm just riding him to the end.
Yeah, we're gonna ride him.
You and the Ravens are riding
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
I apparently now I'm on the Ravens are winning the
So-
Super Bowl train by just accidentally saying that.
Next week, go say Derrick Henry more than 3 receptions.
Yeah, I mean, I'll piggyback off the Ravens too. Lamar Jackson, more than 50.5.
Right? If you can run the ball, you can win the Super Bowl.
So
That's what I've always said. If you can
between
run the
those
ball
two
late
guys,
into the playoffs, you're going to win.
Run the damn ball.
Run the damn ball.
you need 147 rush yards between those two
That's
players.
so doable.
That's
so
I know it is.
Tyler,
so
that's so
doable.
easy. How would you ever doubt that?
I'm not.
Yes, you did.
Oh, we're on the same lineup. I'm cheering for this.
So, guys, you want to ride with us? Derrick Henry, 96.5 more rush yards. Nico Collins, more than 6 receptions. Khalil Shakir, more than 49.5 receive yards. And Lamb Jack, more than 50.5 rush yards. So, good luck this week. And we're going 2 weeks in a row, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody cooked here.
Jerrod, what do you got for us today?
Nightmare drinking buddy. Who would be your nightmare drinking buddy?
Tyler, who would be your nightmare drinking buddy?
Okay. I think John Daly would be a nightmare to drink with. Like, listen, I couldn't keep up with the man. It would be fun for 15 minutes to a half an hour, and then I'd be miserable because he wouldn't stop. He just drinks vodka straight constantly. And I'm like, I'm sitting with a legend. I'm not just going to Irish goodbye John Daly. So
Yeah,
what am I gonna
because
do?
this isn't nightmare drink with one person one time.
Right.
This is your drinking buddy.
Right. Like every weekend with John Daly, cirrhosis.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's one of those
Gout.
rare
Scoliosis.
breeds that can do it and still be living. You can chain smoke cigarettes, drink all the time, still be living. The rest of us, me or Hugh, we can't do it. We'll die.
We will.
Well, my question is, why do you have to keep up with him? Why
He's
can't you
my-
just drink with him?
He's my drinking buddy.
So,
Well, you're drinking, but you don't. If you have a drinking buddy, you don't just show up and watch him drink.
no, but you're just drinking at your own pace. You're just drinking together.
Well,
But Ryan, you got to remember that when two people take a walk, when you take a walk with someone, either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to yours. And if John, you're not going to make John Daly adjust to Tyler's pace.
No chance in hell. And also, we're not drinking buddies if just one person's drinking. And also, if we are buddies, he's gonna roast my ass for not
That
trying to
is
keep
very
up
true.
with him.
I had a very similar one, Ryan or Tyler. I think a nightmare drinking buddy when he was alive would have been Chris Farley for very similar reasons.
Yeah.
Up all night.
I mean, the amount of money every month you'd have to pay the bar to replace all of the broken tables and chairs from him doing physical comedy bits of jumping on tables and breaking them.
Mhm.
That would suck. He'd probably be wanting you to do drugs in the bathroom all the time.
Yeah.
He'd
late
probably be
nights.
trying to get you to do the truffle shuffle.
Yeah.
Also, there's never an opportunity for you to be the funny friend.
You're never going to be the funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably funny for the first, let's say, hour, and then after that, you're like, okay, like things need to cool down a little bit here.
Tired of laughing.
Yeah. The gut hurts. Oh, stop.
Yeah. Get drunk
Chris,
more.
just stop being so funny all the time.
So I think he would be a great one time, but for him to be your drinking buddy would get exhausting, I
Mhm.
feel like, after a while.
Mhm.
I think a nightmare drinking buddy of mine would probably be Shoe Nice.
I don't know who that is.
You guys know who Shoe Nice is? Jerrod knows, I mean,
Yeah, I
obviously
know
with the
exactly.
reaction.
It's obviously good.
Shoe Nice is he's a guy on TikTok,
Old
YouTube.
YouTube,
He's an
too.
old YouTuber. And he just slams bottles of booze in one, in one slug.
Yeah, he'd take the little straw
Yeah.
and put it and like pulling it out the outside of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd, like it'd be a whole bottle of vodka or something.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be
Yep.
a nightmare.
I think he's done like 175s and shit like that. I mean,
Ah.
quite literally a nightmare.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's I don't know. I think he looks his age. I mean, it doesn't. It's not like he looks 75, but he's only 55.
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks around 50.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he went on a huge hiatus. I think everyone thought he was dead, but then he like came back on TikTok randomly, and now he's just back doing what he used to do again.
Paying the bills.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, getting the bills
crazy.
paid.
Fell off
But
the
like,
wagon.
how? How does that even like? Obviously, you get ad revenue from TikTok,
But TikTok would shut you down if you're chugging.
but
a
I feel like you get shut
175.
down. You're not going to get monetized. And what alcohol brand is going to be like? Yeah, we'll sponsor you to promote over drinking.
Hey, some people just do it for the love of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe-
think he's rolling the dough either. It's just-
No. Yeah, he's probably making enough to buy his next bottle of booze for his
Exactly.
next video.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a great sponsor for him could have been one of our first sponsors, the Deer Bong.
The deer bomb. Yeah.
Or the Bev buckle.
Yep.
Or the Bev Buckle would have been great for Shoe
He
Nice.
does need a sponsor.
He does bad. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's been doing
Trust me, he put out a video asking for people to send him sponsors.
Yeah. Yeah. He could use some help.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. Because what do you do? You know,
Yeah,
like
what do you do, Ryan?
you quite literally can't do what he does.
No, I would show up just.
Hey, that would be funny, Ryan. You're drinking with your Shoe Nice's drinking buddy, so you try to do what he does, but he just takes a 175 or something, and you just take a shooter and put like a little straw in it and just do the 1 ounce shooter like he does every time.
Straws.
That would be a way to keep up with him
Yeah.
and still be a part of it.
Yeah.
You just do some camera magic, like holding a fish way out there. You hold the shooter way out there.
Yeah.
Just tip it up.
Yeah,
all
you're in the
out there.
front of the frame. He's in the back
Yeah.
of the frame. They look the same size.
Yep.
That's actually not a bad idea.
But then he'll do gross stuff like, whole tube of toothpaste.
yeah.
He'll do stuff like
You
that.
guys.
I've told you guys about toothpaste Paul before, right?
No.
So one of our neighbors growing up got his license taken away from drinking and driving way too much. And so he'd just ride around the neighborhood on his lawnmower, shit can, and he'd keep a tube of toothpaste in his front pocket. So if he ever got pulled over on his lawnmower, he'd eat some toothpaste to cover his breath.
That is crazy.
Holy shit.
Toothpaste Paul.
I like that.
Yep.
I don't like that, but like his commitment to being a drunk.
And he always had a trailer hooked up to his lawnmower for some reason.
That's the
You
best.
never know when you're coming across something on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you might as well start picking cans up
Oh.
or something.
We lived in the country too. This is like he was a half a mile away from me and another half a mile away from my neighbor buddy. And so every time I'd go to his house, I'd have to go by Toothpaste Paul's house and he'd be putzing up and down the gravel roads.
Easy to shop for when it comes to Christmas or birthday or anything like that. You just get them just a whole pack of toothpaste.
Here's
12
some
of them.
Aquafresh Paul.
Yeah. Huh.
Jared, what about you?
This is more of a type of person. It's kind of hard to describe. It would be like people that are way too proud of where they're from person. So it's like when you're at a bar drinking with somebody, like they're from like Wisconsin.
Yeah, like I went to college with a guy from Texas, and
Texas,
he
there
had a tattoo of Texas on his calf.
you go. And then they compare everything to Texas or Wisconsin.
I used to the college, like I played football at college with some kid from Washington and he wouldn't shut up about Seattle.
Yep.
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's a very true
You'll be
statement.
like at this bar, like, well, there's this one bar like this, but better in Seattle.
And I remember
hate that.
This reminds me of like a shittier version of fucking Cowboy Ron's in Seattle.
Exactly.
That's another terrible
Just way
person. Just the
bigger.
one upper in general.
It is one-upsmanship, but I think people are just way too proud from where they're from.
Yeah.
Just hate it.
I also think it'd be a nightmare being drinking buddies with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
It's just a lifestyle that I would get annoyed with.
I don't know. I feel
It'd be
like he'd be
dream, though.
better drinking than when he's sober.
No, but just every weekend having to listen to a new conspiracy theory or hear about his
But
latest.
that's what you do when you drink with your buddies. You get together, and talk about conspiracy theories. But let me finish. He's just serious about them, and you're not. But that's fine. It's all the same.
No, I was just because I think that makes it completely different. Because I'll bounce conspiracy theories off with you in a car ride, but the second I think you really believe something absolutely off the wall, it's like it's awkward.
Like what?
Like okay, think about flat earther Jack that used to work in the warehouse. I love talking flat earth with people because I think it's hilarious, but he believes it, and it's just so awkward.
Yeah, but you were saying that there's conspiracy theories that I believe that you.
No, I'm saying it would. If I genuinely
did.
thought you believed it,
Mm.
I'd be like, all right, this is weird.
Yeah.
Would you rather drink with him or go on an ayahuasca trip with him?
Good question.
With Rogers,
Yeah.
like I'd rather go on one ayahuasca trip with Rogers than be his drinking buddy
You
every
wanna go on a
weekend.
trip?
Yeah. So you're ayahuasca acquaintances, not ayahuasca
Yeah.
buddies.
Bingo. I would rather
I
be
get
his
it.
ayahuasca acquaintance than his drinking buddy.
Yeah.
Nightmare drinking buddy for me would be Andrew Huberman. Do you know who I'm talking
Mhm.
about? He's the
Yes,
guy that's been
it-
going on the
Huberman
podcast.
Labs.
Huberman Labs. He's all about you gotta breathe through your nose and not your mouth. So he like pushes the hostage tape. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
So the whole time I'd be sitting there drinking, I'd be like just making sure my mouth was closed.
Yeah.
But then I'm not talking because I'm worried about if my mouth is open talking right now, he's gonna know that I'm breathing through my mouth currently.
A lot of humming.
And
then
I'd just be overthinking it. Then I'm gonna be thinking about how much he says that beer is bad for you and all the other stuff. And I wouldn't be able to focus.
As
I'd
his-
just be the whole time feel like I'm disappointing my dad.
What's his drinking
Sorry,
gonna
Dad.
even be?
Well, I was gonna say, is he even drinking, or is he just coming to hang
Shoulder to
around?
shoulder.
Yeah.
Is he even eligible?
Yeah, I guess I picked someone who probably doesn't drink as a drinking buddy.
That would be
Yeah,
bad.
probably tequila, if anything, just tequila on the
Yeah.
rocks.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you start like inhaling your fucking drink through your nose. You're like, fuck, I don't want to open my mouth right now. I got this tape over my mouth.
Yeah,
Start
next thing
pouring
you
in
know,
your
you're
ears and shit.
snorting your whiskey 7 because you can't open your mouth.
Yeah, quite literally going for a snort.
All he wants to drink is like Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, espresso martinis. Hold the martini.
Oh yeah, because he's the other guy. It's like talks about you need to get sunlight in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking up, and you're just thinking about like, God, if I have one more of these, I am not going to see the sunlight tomorrow at all because I'm not going to get out of bed and I'm not going to bring my shades up in the room.
He says you need to get sunlight in your eyes.
Like you just basically go outside and
Yeah, wait.
see sunlight.
Wakes you up quicker.
I thought you meant like
stare at the
you need to
sun.
go outside half an hour after waking up and stare at the sun.
No, like you just need to go outside essentially.
Okay.
Or turn the lights on if you wake up before the
Touch
sun
some
comes up.
grass.
Put your phone flashlight right in your eyeball.
He also
Good
just
caution.
recommends that the best workout plan if you're fat and you just want to lose weight is just get on a stationary bike and just pedal as hard as you can for as long as you can until you literally can't pedal anymore. And if you just do that every morning, you'll just get fit, which you will.
That's right.
But it just sounds so terrible.
I mean, yeah, it sounds fucking sweet though, because you're like, what? You're gonna pedal for a minute?
Yeah, it's when you start, I suppose.
Yeah.
I should try it. That should be my challenge.
You should.
Just get on a bike and just pedal as hard and as fast as I can for as long as I
Any
can.
resistance?
I don't know.
I'm turning the resistance all the way up, so I only have to be on there for a few minutes.
Yeah, do it on an elliptical to where if you get it going fast enough, you can just like ride out the momentum. Of it.
Yeah, you should be thinking about all that stuff, and then all of a sudden you just, it ruins it.
Yeah.
It's like anyone that reminds you of living a healthier lifestyle, nightmare drinking,
Oh, yeah.
buddy.
It's terrible. Ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ryan? Anyone else?
Not so much a person, but just this. Well, something in general, the person who's counting their drinks or counting their beers and letting you know about it. I would say that's like one of my biggest like cringe moments is when someone is talking about how like it's almost like how sweet it is that I've had fucking 6 beers already. It's not even 7 o'clock right now.
Number 5, 15 minutes in.
God. Or they're like,
it's way worse when they're counting your drinks.
That's
you're
terrible
only on
too.
2.
Yeah.
I'm on 5. You're on 2. What the fuck, man?
That's how I feel like John Daly would be to me.
No, I think Daly would be chill about it.
I don't know.
He doesn't ever talk about drinking.
But if we are buddies, he would be on me about it.
I guess when he did that thing with Bryson DeChambeau, he was kind of giving him shit about not drinking.
Yeah, they just slugged a bunch of chocolate milk. Apparently, he drinks a fuckload of chocolate milk.
That man hates water.
John Daly,
so much.
He just despises it. He might have rabies. He hates water so much.
To kind of piggyback off that, also like the guy who he's counting his beers, he's also keeping his empties right next to him, and he like doesn't want to throw them in the trash because
he built the tower.
Yeah.
With
he needs to know how many beers. So if someone does ask,
it is kind of sick.
Wizard staff.
There has been times where did you remember that one event? I don't remember what. I don't know if it was an event or we just went out after something when we were on the road. We had like a table that was literally just full of empty beers. Do you remember that?
Table. Was it?
Oh, is that New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I think that was New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That was, it was, kind of cool. But it was because we were doing it as a group.
Correct. A team effort's way better. That's acceptable.
New Year's Eve in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was sick.
Where that's where Jerrod became best friends with Ginger Jesus.
Ginger Jesus.
Yeah.
Carrot Top Jesus.
That is the happiest I've ever seen Jerrod in my life.
Oh, it's New Year's Eve. It's my favorite holiday.
I was saying, like, it's no disrespect to your wedding, but you were way happier that night than you were on the wedding.
Did you invite him?
Yeah.
Should have.
He invited us.
His breast stunk too. That's one thing I
always
remember
bring
about him.
He was born before toothpaste.
Yeah.
His teeth are 2,000 years old.
It smelled like bread and wine is breath.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, your breath would smell too if your only diet was bread and wine.
Sometimes fish.
Yeah, mix a fish in there every once in a while.
That pesky diet.
It's similar to you guys, like one that's just a vibe. It would be really awful to be drinking buddies with the guy that always forgets his wallet. Like everybody has a friend that's just like, oh, dude, I forgot my wallet. Can you get me this
I'll
time?
get you next time.
Yeah, how far into it do they usually realize that they forgot it?
They forget it on purpose. They're broke.
Fuckers.
Broke or cheap.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta hunt the deals out, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like,
Or penny taps.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. You buy a bucket, you get a discount on the beers, and then your buddy's like, I'll just take the discounted beer. I'll take one of these discounted ones.
I think nightmare drinking buddy would be anyone that's on a reality TV show. So like, we're talking Selling Sunset, the Real Housewives, like anyone who's a character on that. Because every scene of those shows is them going out for drinks and people crying.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the whole show. Hey, we're going to go out and have a good time, even though we know someone's going to get really pissed off and just start crying and leave and storm out of there. Just think about every time you go out to drink, that someone's going to get upset about something that doesn't matter, cry and leave.
I love
Think of how much of a disaster that would be every time you go out to drink.
Some sort of chest bumping match too.
Mm-hmm.
I love observing those situations and not being in them.
The bartender's being a little snippy with me. And then
Blows a gasket.
yeah,
Childhood trauma. Yeah, could be
That would
some
be
sort of trauma.
That would suck. Because there's also, we know people like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have if it was just your drinking buddy, the best is when this is happening in a larger group of people and you don't have anything to do with them.
100%.
Watching the train wreck happen is kind of fun.
You're watching the reality TV show unwind in front of you.
Dinner at a show.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, the Real Housewives of Fargo,
That'd be awesome.
I bet you it's been pitched somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Debbie's a bitch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go, Jerrod. You nailed it.
Yep.
My other one is Conor McGregor. He'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yes,
like
he
that,
would be.
getting in fights and
Just a
drug addict.
just the ego that's larger than life,
Yeah.
insecure about how tall he is.
Exactly.
I feel like
nightmare.
his appearance in Roadhouse is not too far off of what he's like in real life drinking.
Yeah,
For
probably.
sure. I mean, you're walking on glass the entire time. You don't want to say anything wrong or be like, maybe pitch like, hey, maybe we could go to this spot or whatever. Like you're just sitting there silent.
You're not drinking buddies. You're a drinking prisoner.
Pretty. That's a great way to put it.
But the best is that so we all know a guy that's like that. Just you kind of have to watch what you say when you're drinking with them because you don't know how pissed they're going to get and want to fight. But then there's always other guy in your friend group that has the superpower that he can say whatever he wants to this guy and he thinks it's funny and doesn't get mad. But if anyone else would say it, he'd go off the handle.
Yeah, I feel like that person is always like non-threatening in a fight too. Like that's the guy who would he would never fight anybody, nor could he like even put his fists up to it.
He could talk his way out of anything.
Correct. Yes.
And my uncle has this superpower, and there was a guy we'd go hunting with that would chronically get in fights all the time, and then my uncle could say anything he wanted to him, and he thought it was funny, but he didn't think anyone else was funny, whatever. So
What's your
I always
secret?
think that's
What's the
best.
secret to breaking the barrier down?
So
That's all I got.
It'd be a nightmare to be drinking buddies with Chris Collinsworth. Because
that's a guy who can
Here's a guy
slam
eating
some
a-
beers.
I mean, I'm sure.
Just look at him over there.
I'm sure he doesn't talk like that in normal life, but the
He might.
information I have to go off of, he
Yeah,
does,
it'd be
and
like-
that would suck.
Be like 2-for-1 beers. Name a better deal than that.
What is guy? Refresh me. What's Chris Collinsworth on? Is he an NFL analyst?
Yeah, he's a play-by.
NBC.
He's
You
a
know him.
Yep.
Yeah,
you know him
You kind of look like him.
a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
write that one down too.
Yeah, that's a guy who can slam some beers.
Drinking on the patio. Is there anything better than
Now here's a guy that can't handle his booze. If you watch the curb outside here, right here, circles it. That's where he's going to throw up. Watch this.
You talking like that, Tyler, reminded me of you. Sound like Bob Menery.
Me?
I think that'd also be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a great
I mean,
one.
is there any more that we need to say?
No, no.
It's a great one.
Well, should we take a break, Jerrod?
Sure.
Well, guys, we have a tongue update for you. Ryan. What is it?
The update's 0.
We have 0
No
tongues
shit.
left. We did
Hell
it.
yeah.
We went from what 4,000 to 0,
3,000.
3,000, 6,000 to 0.
I think at one point we had 12,000 tongues.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we ordered 10,000 right away.
That's what it's going to be. If we're doing this in 10 years, we're going to be like, God, remember Tong Fiasco 2024? We had 25,000 tongs we had to get rid of. And then another 10 years, but we had 100,000 tongs we had to get rid of.
Some guy last week bought 21 tongs.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
That was the only thing is, or 21 tongs.
Why do you think he bought 21 and not just an even 20?
I don't know. He's a 21 Savage fan, or he's a Kevin
Could
Garnett
be.
fan,
Or is his lucky number?
or it's
Yeah.
his lucky number.
Or he got it for a 21-year-old's birthday. Here's 21 tongs.
Yeah, or it's his favorite year of his life, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be any of those things.
Could be anything. CBA.
Nope.
So the one thing we don't have,
Could be
guys, is
anywhere.
tongs.
Yeah. So if you, again, it's the same thing with our vests. We're getting rid of the vests that we
Mhm.
got too. We're not making any more of this stuff. So if you want it, you got to go there now and check it out at oubetcha.com. RIP to the tongs. It feels good to get that off the balance sheet,
Thank
though.
God, dude. Yes.
All right, Jerrod, what do we got next?
Worst things to do as a family.
I will say this. I think I would rather talk to a stranger about my feelings than my family.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
completely on board with that.
I would much rather be sitting on a park bench and spill my guts to a stranger than I would sit around with my family and talk about how we're all feeling.
Because you are doing something good because you get to talk about your feelings, but you get the added benefit of never having to see that person ever
That is
again in your
true.
whole life.
Yeah.
If I tell them, I'm feeling a little insecure about this and that, they're going to just bring that up later.
Yeah.
Or,
They're going to use it as ammo against you. You know?
They're gonna,
And also, like, the way that my family, the way that we show love in our family is by making fun of each other and razzing each other. We don't tell them that we love them. That's weird and it's uncomfortable and awkward. We just do it in other ways.
yeah, like you'd rather talk about your feelings to Jerrod's mom than you would your own mom.
I'd rather do it with any of your moms, except for especially Tyler's.
Yeah.
It'd be really easy to spill my guts to Tyler's mom.
Great listener.
She's a great listener.
Jesus,
Sorry,
to
Tyler.
this
It's
day,
okay.
I don't know how to react to that stuff. I just follow what Tyler's doing.
Anyways, I think I'd rather talk about my feelings on this podcast than with my family.
Yeah.
But you guys are close second.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about my feelings with you guys.
No, because you guys would all just make fun of me.
Exactly.
And it's like this is a time where like I'm being serious. I'm talking about my feelings, and then I'm not just getting made fun of.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Ryan? Stop that.
Yeah, it's like quit being a fucking
Quit.
pussy.
Look, I think I'd rather spill my guts to some random Reddit user.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd rather go
sure.
on Reddit and
That's
be
a
like,
layup.
"This is how I'm feeling,"
Yeah,
Like,
than with
Yeah.
your own family.
r/feelings.
yeah, yeah.
It's just open form. You can just spill them, spill the guts.
Like if I were to sit next to somebody at the airport and be like, I am just feeling really insecure about this part of my life, they would maybe not say anything, but that's probably what, if I said that to my dad, I'd get roasted into eternity.
Yeah, you're a pussy.
Yeah. And they're like, well, just suck it the fuck up.
Yeah,
And it's kind of one of those things.
Go chop some wood.
It's kind of one of those things with your family. They kind of know how you're feeling anyways.
Yeah.
So a lot of it needs to go unsaid. It's not that your family doesn't care about how you feel.
Mhm.
It's just when you're not in a family that talks about their feelings ever, when you do, it's just so uncomfortable that it's actually counterintuitive to talk your
Oh
feelings.
yeah.
Yeah, it should
it
be
just
comfortable.
heightens the feeling you have.
Yeah, it actually makes you feel a little bit worse.
Just add anxiety onto whatever you're feeling if you're trying to talk to a family member about it.
Yeah, it's like if someone starts talking about something serious in my family, there's like an internal timer in my head of like, all right, it's been too long that we've been talking about this serious topic. I need to now make a joke to break the awkwardness because this is getting strange. And I know that that's my own issues that I got to work through.
Right? But you're not going to work them with your
But
family.
not with my family. I'm going to do it with guy at the bus stop.
Yep.
Could you, if you tried to prank your family, you think you could?
Like, I'd rather do it with the if I'm going through like a drive-through, I'd rather do it through the speaker. That's great new business idea. You go and you just talk into a speaker to someone that you don't even see in a building, like a drive-through, and then you just pay whatever you think that the conversation was worth.
Drive-through therapy.
It's basically like doing
I was
confession
gonna say.
behind a screen. You know, you don't see the priest, whatever. Same type of vibe.
It's confession.
And I get like you can call like therapists or whatever and tell them about your feelings, but there's something about just being in your vehicle stopped.
Yeah.
It's just you're more comfortable, you're in a good environment, and like no one's gonna hear you.
That's how I want to talk about my feelings. I want to be in the car by myself talking to a drive-through speaker.
and maybe getting like a large fry right after.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that make a guy feel
milkshake
real good. Yeah,
would be great to have afterwards, you know?
Forgive me, Ronald McDonald, for I have sinned.
Yeah.
until like he's at the speaker and I'm behind him. Like,
Well,
I
that's
just
the
pull up
thing.
behind him and like, you pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one downside of that is you kind of got to yell, you know? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Me and my brother kind of just have been on the rocks lately.
No, on the rocks.
And the voice you hear back is just,
I think you should just talk to him about it. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but you want some ketchup with the fries or no?
And then you're like, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Did you just say I need to catch up with the guys? You're so right. Thank you for this.
So in a roundabout way, talking about your feelings with your families is the worst.
Yeah, I went a completely different route. I think bowling with your family sucks ass.
Bowling?
Bowling.
I mean, yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Do explain.
Because like bowling with your buddies and stuff is one thing. I think I just don't like bowling that much. But bowling with your family, it's like, what do? You talk shit to grandma when she throws it in the gutter? No. I could talk shit to my friend when he messes up.
Everyone's kind of playing shitty.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
see,
And like my family's competitive too. And it just kind of like,
yeah,
if someone's doing good, I'm not going to cheer for my sister for getting a strike. I'm going to get fucking pissed.
Yeah, it's kind of just doing anything competitive with your family never ends well.
Yeah. And I just hate bowling the most.
The one thing I do like bowling with your family though, so when you're out with friends bowling, the awkward walk back to where everyone is, you kind of don't have that with your family. So that's
Right.
one added positive.
Mhm.
Whereas like when you're with your friends, you're like gotta act cool after hitting a strike.
I'm also
Whereas with your family, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah, like how many times can you be cash about throwing a gutter ball? You know, it's like we know you care because you've been playing it off for the last fucking 8 frames. Like we get it.
Well,
bumpers.
I'm also
Yeah.
going to be way more likely to get pissed if like my sister takes the ball I've been using than if you were.
Mhm.
Like, hey,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's fucking my ball. Put
Yeah.
that down.
And then you have to wait for it to all the way come back after she
Mhm.
just bowled it. You know, you're just standing there with your hand over the little air vent.
They have the score.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're up." I know. I'm waiting for my ball because she threw it.
It's my lucky ball.
You all of a sudden just turn into an angsty teenager. Anytime you're doing stuff with your family.
I might next if I ever go bowling with my family, the walk back after my turn, I'm just gonna close my eyes.
Just
then
hope you don't trip
So
on
that
that
I
ledge.
I'm pretending like no one is watching me at all.
That's what the famous saying is. Bowl like
I
nobody's
was just
watching.
gonna say that.
Boom.
Love me or hate me, all you could do was watch.
One thing I don't want to do with my family is sit through a sex scene of a movie.
Oh yeah,
great
that's
one.
great, Ryan.
Does anyone actually know how to react?
You
Or
just-
like do you just sit as still as you possibly can? Because if you move, then someone's gonna look and make sure you're not like pushing your pants down or whatever.
you popping bees during the sex scene?
No, this isn't about me. This is
You're
popping
arbs, apparent reason boners.
This is just a general. This is not me
put a pillow over
specific.
your
This is
lap.
general me or just general question. You know what are you supposed to do?
You're adjusting your trousers while you're watching a sex scene with your family.
See, I never said that. Now we're taking
Taking
putting
my
words in my
words.
mouth.
If I ever happens, I usually try and cut the tension. Just be like, like, Mom, Dad, close your eyes.
Mhm.
You know,
That's funny.
you cut the tension a little
That's
bit.
a good one. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's
What
kinda
are they
weird.
doing?
It's either you have to do that or you just nobody says a word, no one looks at each other, you just watch the scene, you move on and act like it never
either you
happened.
all feel comfortable and say all feel uncomfortable and say nothing, or you just pick one person and make them uncomfortable. Like, Dad, what are they doing? And then he feels uncomfortable and everyone else does it.
Redirect
You
it
know,
all.
You just redirect all the awkwardness to your dad.
Yeah. And you can't fast forward. Because I feel like if you fast forward,
Skip that part.
it's I don't know why that makes it even more weird, but you're like that just shows you're not comfortable.
Your mom starts fast forwarding. You're like, I usually don't skip this.
This is the best part of the movie.
This brings up one of my $1 million ideas. Like that one app tells you when to go to the bathroom during a movie.
Mhm.
They should have that, but just for sex scenes, so you know when to to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
So you can completely avoid that situation.
It's a great idea.
that is a great idea.
Well, they should just have an app that's like it's like Netflix, but just watching with your parents, and it just cuts out.
Yeah,
Or it's just like there's a black frame and it just explains in words what happens. Like they had sexual intercourse.
Yep.
And they said this to each other, and then they just move on.
And
Yeah,
it just
or-
says moans.
Or or they just punch in like the buffering wheel, And then when the movie, you're like, oh fuck, like,
Skips ahead.
buffer. Yeah. Then
Yeah.
it just, when it starts back up again, it's past the whole
They call it parent mode
Yeah.
because there's kid mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What's funny to us, it's parent mode. To our parents, it's kid mode. They don't-
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Tyler, like, has your 5-year-old, have you ever been in that situation with him? Like, you got a movie on that he's watching and something pops up.
So not now that he's old enough, like I avoid all of the inappropriate stuff. But when he was like 1 and 2, I would watch normal.
Yeah,
She doesn't know what's going
doesn't have a
on.
brain at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So, but like now I can't. I try to watch Squid Game. I'm like, I can't watch it with him around. Way too many people getting their brains blown out.
Yeah.
So,
Did you watch
Spoilers.
Squid Game 2?
yeah, I'm 2 episodes in.
Okay. When the smoke settles on that, we'll have to discuss Squid Game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the same length. I don't know. I can't, I'm not into it as
It
much.
took too long to get back into the games.
Yeah.
The name
The
of
end
show.
of the season is just absurd. That's all I'll say about that.
In a
Okay.
good, can you tell me in a good way?
I
Like,
don't
in your
know.
opinion?
I don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay.
So it's bad.
Okay.
It's just absurd.
Okay.
I think another thing I don't want to do with my family is like taking family photos. No one's ever come away from it being like, wow, that was so fun and painless.
Dude,
I'm really glad we did that.
I think you're in the majority, but for some reason, my family does pictures right.
I think, okay. How much do you guys care about your Christmas card?
We don't do one.
There we go. If you care about a Christmas card, family photos are the worst. If you don't care about Christmas card, family photos can be good.
Yeah, because we just,
And I think that's about what it is. And my mom really cares about a Christmas card. So
That's
Yeah, it's
the
like
vote I'm
the
in.
person who facilitates the Christmas card and the addresses, who you're sending to. It's like, if they come up to me like, oh, God, okay, I don't want to do it either, but this Saturday morning we got to go take pictures for the Christmas card.
but
and
see,
then
that's
it'll
how
be
it is.
done.
It's terrible. Like it's always, we gotta go take family photos.
No, but
no one, we need to start making family photos like an event, right? You go somewhere, have some cocktails beforehand. You guys discuss how you're going to smile, like all of that. Maybe get a game plan. It might work out better.
You're saying hit the bar beforehand.
Yeah.
What I mean, everyone's gonna have that one family member though, just get shit faced, and then you're gonna have to Photoshop the red eyes out.
Well, so for example, this year we got all of my family was together. So my mom was like, let's take a family photo. One, we just don't have a great spot to take it inside. So then we all pile in there. We have to set a timer on the thing. And then we do it. And, the kids aren't looking. My brother's standing too far away. So then my mom's like, can we just Photoshop him closer? And we're kind of like, I know it's not really how that works, but maybe the lighting's never good. All of those things. So we did this whole family photo thing. And then my mom ended up being like, I'm just going to do the photo of just the kids, the grandkids.
That's BS.
Easy cop out.
Hey,
So we didn't even need to do it. And it was a whole thing of like
Time you
everyone.
won't get back.
Yeah.
she punted on 3rd down.
She really did.
So we did family photos on vacation, and there's 17 of us on vacation. We did the 2 giant group photos right away, and that's all that they cared about. And then after that, it was just free for all, kind of fun actually.
It's kind of photo booth vibes.
A little bit. So like everyone, they split off in their own family groups, and my 2-year-old was like, I'm gonna be in every fucking picture.
Well, that's the thing. If we took a family photo in a photo booth, my mom would just go, that's a great photo. Everyone looks like they're having a great time. It's not perfect, but it's a photo booth.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you got to line everyone up and everyone stands and smiles,
Yeah.
it doesn't come out right. So maybe that's the move. I got to trick everyone into being a photo booth vibe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, then you can get a photo with your stepbrother.
Yeah.
Technically not even your stepbrother, it's your dad's girlfriend's kid.
Yeah. We were able to do all different family units, like my wife and my kids, like everybody together, me, my dad, and my sisters. And it was all done. We were done in 20 minutes. It was awesome.
Would have been great if one of your sisters would have like taken your youngest, like your 6-month-old, and like her and her husband like pose with your kid in a photo and like sent that out as a Christmas card.
So my 2-year-old, he was in the big giant group photo. And then after that, everyone split into their own individual family units, and he didn't understand. So he tried to get in everybody's photos. So every couple has just themselves and then also a picture of them with my kid.
Nice.
I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. You're lucky, Tyler. That's the kicker. Is if you care about the Christmas card, family photos, there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
You know, it's like moms act like the Christmas card is going to be seen by millions of people.
Yeah.
Even though they're only sending it out to like 100 people.
But like, are people still, obviously you guys are still doing Christmas. I got Ryan's. How many are Christmas cards dying, or am I in the minority here?
I think so. I turns out we're not New Year's cards people either in my family.
Easter.
Really?
My immediate family.
St. Patty's Day
Yeah, it might be St. Patty's Day.
or Valentine's Day.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Get out that Memorial Day card.
Yeah, once I break out the Margaritaville machine, we'll do a Cinco de Mayo card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of funny if you just got a random like Cinco de Mayo
Hey,
card.
people would remember that more than
For
the
sure.
20 Christmas
Yeah.
cards they get.
I'm going to
Stop
do a Cinco de Mayo brag letter to everyone.
Do it.
All in Spanish.
Yeah.
Hola.
You could brag like Duolingo
Learned
or
Spanish
whatever's
this
working
year.
for you.
Yeah, just I don't know how you brag about like a 10-month-old, but you do. You know, you just figure it out.
There's
Well, he loves chewing on stuff.
Yeah.
and-
He hasn't said anything, but I can tell that he knows words.
yeah. He loves giggling
He
at
recognizes it
he
like a
might be an
dog.
English teacher.
When
Yeah.
when we say someone's name, he looks at them. So you tell me if he's smart or not.
My grandma said he was one of the smartest 10 months old that she's ever been around. So
My mom said that she's never seen a baby hold something like that before, and it was a big deal. And my mom's seen a lot of babies.
he just happened to be holding something in his left hand, and my mom is she's
Yeah,
convinced
and
that
he's
a
left-handed. We think.
Yeah, we think he's a left. Yeah, you think he's lefty.
He's ambidextrous.
Yep.
Yeah, and maybe in the brag letter, they always have like little smaller photos littered throughout it.
Mhm.
Maybe get one of him with like a baseball bat and it just says future major leaguer below.
Slugger.
Yeah.
Several scouts at daycare this year.
Yeah, we didn't lean this bat up on him for the picture. He just put it like that himself.
He's a natural. I absolutely hate shopping with my family, even just my immediate family, like wife and kids. It's a nightmare every single time.
I did have grocery shopping, so I'll loop that in with you.
Dude, shopping just in general with family sucks.
I think that's a good solo.
I don't know if I've
activity.
ever been shopping with my family other than just my mom and my brother
Don't.
growing up.
If you can avoid it, do so.
Although shopping in Mexico with your family is kind of fun. You go to like the little
yeah.
shops where they're selling trinkets.
But
think about the
vacation doesn't
drugstores.
count.
What'd you say?
The pharmacia.
Yeah. The pharmacy.
Vacation doesn't count. You're sightseeing at that point.
You know, like-
You're on a fun little
Yeah.
adventure then.
Like some days would be great going to Hawaii with my wife and my kids and just picking out puka shells to bring home. You know?
Yeah. You're seeing if you can get a pair of
Folkleys?
gas can Oakleys that look like the real thing for $8.
Well, you only get a pair for $8 if you buy two other pairs.
That's
though.
true. Yeah. Yeah. Or if you tell
Fun
them
for
you-
the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game.
Jerrod, you got one?
I think everyone's done this at some point. It's like moving from house to house because you really test each other's like
Oh yeah.
tempers.
Moving with your family.
moving with your family.
Dude, that's something that moving with your buddies
It's
is
easier.
way better than moving with your family.
My mom's kind of taking it off the chin on this podcast. But my mom's the queen of barking unnecessary orders. You know, I will literally be 2 steps away from setting the box down in a certain area. And she's like, set that box down right there. And I'm like, that's what I'm doing. The box is 2 inches from the ground. You didn't need to tell me that's where you wanted
As
it.
soon as she tells you that, you don't want to put it there anymore.
Correct.
You're
Now
like,
it's
well, I'm gonna put it in a different room.
Yeah, this is going on the couch.
I was gonna until you said that.
yeah.
Or like you're yelling at your brother to like pivot this way or stuff.
Oh,
like
that actually happened to me growing up once. We were carrying a chair down the stairs and I started yelling at him. He wasn't doing it right. And it had happened because he was on the lower end and he was holding it and the chair like slid and was just like on his face. And so I'm like, dude, let's go. Come on. It's heavy. He's like, he just yelling, it's on my face. Yeah, nothing will make a guy more mad than when someone is not moving something the way that you want it moved. And they're not reading your mind. You know, like you're going around a corner, you're like, we got to tip it up. But they just like try and you're like, we got to tip it up. What are you doing?
Tip it up. Tip it up.
That's clearly not going to fit.
Up.
My left.
Set your end down. Tip it up.
My left.
Say what you will about the show Friends, whether you love it or hate it, they did nail the pivot.
They did.
Aspect to that show. It's how every moving goes.
Well, that's gonna be me here in about a month. So
I'll let you borrow my trailer
gonna be
since I
me.
borrowed your nail gun.
okay, deal.
I cleared it out for you.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that out, Tyler.
welcome.
What guy?
So I get to borrow something from you now, Tyler.
What do you need?
I don't know. I'm going to hold on to it for a future favor.
I just got a router.
A router?
Yeah, not like a Wi-Fi router, like to make edges on wood.
Oh, I thought you were talking Wi-Fi
no.
router.
So did I.
Yeah,
Need a
It's
router.
I'm pretty flush on routers.
you could 32 different edge attachments.
Okay, that actually I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
Take his chainsaw.
Does
no.
it have a distressed attachment so that I can really distress the bench in my entryway?
I haven't really explored all the things yet because this router I am borrowing from Grandpa. It's mine now, Grandpa. If you're listening.
Okay,
to this
so
one.
you're borrowing something that you've borrowed.
yeah,
That would be like me going, Jerrod, you need to borrow my electric nail gun.
but it's different when you borrow it from Grandpa. I'm gonna give it back to him in like 5 years from now. So it's basically I'm renting it for 5 years rent free.
I did have a moment when we were doing our project this weekend where my dad was like, "Is this my bit set?" And I was like, maybe. And he like, there's a scuff right there. This is my drill. I'm like, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I actually meant to get it back to you.
Did he take it?
I knew you were.
But it becomes one of those things where it's, when you both bring tools and they get mixed together, you kind of forget which one is yours sometimes. I don't know. Shouldn't have left it in my truck.
I don't know. You were talking about the distress thing. You know what they should have? They do stamped concrete. They should have some sort of like vinyl sticker system where you could just like, I don't know, stamp something onto the bench to make it look.
Yeah, or just like a
Wood grain.
big metal thing you hit with a hammer that like puts just like a pattern in it.
Yeah.
Almost.
A big ass wood brand.
I mean, there's a whole group of people that would say, Ryan, that we should not be defacing this nice furniture.
I know, but
that group
you're
is
millennial.
wrong.
But he's like, my wife would love this.
Imagine if you did it to like shiplap.
That'd be cool.
One
Yeah.
can imagine.
I'm gonna have that whole fucking house shiplapped by March.
That's be out of
Need
style by
that
then.
Yeah, kind of hard.
Yeah.
Put up shiplap
Really,
like
guys?
it's going out of style.
Really?
No, you know what?
Yeah, but that's what makes it cool. Is like, no one else is doing this anymore.
I just gotta wait 20 years till it's cool again.
yeah. I mean, history repeats itself, so it's gonna come back eventually.
Yeah, there's two best times to put up shiplap. 5 years ago and 20 years from now.
You're not gonna scare me away from doing shiplap. I might shiplap the whole garage. You don't know.
I think though, if you don't paint it white or a color, I think it's cool. Right? Because like an old house that's shiplap that's just got a stain on the wood looks kind of cool. It doesn't feel like shiplap. But as soon as we start putting paint on it,
The house I just got has a white shiplap fireplace.
there you go.
Nice.
Yep.
I got some shiplap over my over the range hood of my stove.
Oh,
Yeah. I've been shiplapped. I'll say it. Ryan's been shiplapped.
Yeah, multiple.
Tyler's
times.
now been shiplapped.
I
Jerrod, are
haven't-
you the only one holding strong?
I don't yeah.
yeah, just wait 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're gonna be wishing you had been shiplapped.
Saying that sounds like a different way of saying I'm hammered. I got shiplapped last night.
Let's start saying that.
Yeah.
It's shiplapped.
You guys trying to get shiplapped tonight or what?
You ever been shiplapped while you're shiplapping?
No, I'd love to though.
I have. I did at the lake. My mom has a whole wall of shiplaps. My mom's been shiplapped as well.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Just off the chin.
Yeah,
She's got to be
take it off the
KO'd
chin.
by
I'm gonna
now.
have to text her and be like, "Hey,
Don't listen.
or I just apologize. I didn't mean it. I was trying to act cool in front of my friends. Yeah,
I host a comedy podcast.
I actually love taking family photos with you, Mom.
yeah. Just get ahead of it. Just say, relax. It's a comedy podcast, and then wait for her to figure out what I meant by that. I apologize, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Jerrod, you have a new segment for us.
New segment.
New segment. I'm kind of excited for this one.
I've had this in the back of my mind for like 2 years, so it's good to finally like.
It's good to get a front
Finally
of mine.
scratching that itch.
Mhm.
This has got to feel
Yeah.
good.
I mean, you scratched the sound itch last week.
Yeah. So it's a idiom origin. So I'll read you guys an idiom, and you have to guess what the origin of that idiom is.
And for people like Ryan, explain what an idiom is.
So I have an example. So an idiom would be like "burn the midnight oil" would be an idiom.
So it's a saying that means something, but it's not directly saying it.
Yeah, it's like the term like "bite the bullet's" another one.
Like kill two birds with one stone.
It's a phrase that operates as a sentence that means nothing what the actual.
If you took it literally, it does not mean what we're meaning it to mean.
So when you say origin, we talking country?
No, like what it came from, the origin.
So where did bite the bullet come from?
So burn the midnight oil would be before electric lighting, people used oil lamps to work or study after dark. The phrase reflects the effort of staying up late. So that would be the origin.
Okay.
of it, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So we have to guess what it came from.
Are we going in a circle, or are we just like
It's like
free for?
I think we all guess. I think we all guess separately on each one.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Is that what you had thought of,
Yeah.
Jerrod? All right.
So you just want to go first, Miles?
Well, we'll all guess it.
Oh,
Or you have specific ones for each of us.
I don't. So really,
Just throw it out there. What is it? We can all spitball.
the next one is crocodile tears.
Crocodile tears. I'm guessing, it's kind of like the sweating like a pig. Pigs don't sweat situation. So I think that crocodiles can't cry. And so it's kind of a fun little,
I'm gonna hit this
opposite.
I'm gonna hit this right on the head that you would cry really hard if you got bit by a crocodile.
I'm gonna say because when someone refers to someone as having crocodile tears, it's like they're crying pretty hard, that big tears. I'm gonna say it's when a crocodile emerges from the water, everything running down his face.
That's good, Ryan.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Ancient belief held that crocodiles wept to lure their prey or when eating their victims. This idea was popularized in literature, though it's based on a myth.
So they did it as like a way to seem less
Ferocious.
aggressive and ferocious, so
Mhm.
that they would let the prey would let their guard down.
kinda
Well,
like
we just
playing
got the
possum.
definition of crocodile tears wrong. Crocodile tears are fake tears. Like those are crocodile tears.
Yeah.
You're fake crying. We just
Okay.
missed the definition.
Okay, I was thinking they're big.
Me
tears.
too. I don't know why I was thinking that. That's not what they are.
I was thinking that too.
They're fake. Like if my kid's crying and I know he's full of shit, like those are crocodile tears.
Crocodile tears are not real.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I've heard people use it in the sense of they are like actually crying large tears. I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard people misuse it.
I think they're wrong.
I think, I've always thought it was what you said, Tyler.
The
Fake crying.
fake crying. Yeah. That's definitely what it is. And I don't know why all three of us were just off right there.
we're not very good at this. I
No.
know.
Okay.
Let's keep
We're
going.
barking up the wrong tree right now.
We were barking up the wrong tree there.
Butter him up.
Him.
Or butter them up, yeah. Him.
Okay, I'm gonna just like you're doing it to make something. You would butter someone up to make it work easier. So like you'd butter something up to like have a big thing fit into a small area. I don't know. You're trying to make the situation easier because of that. Because
Butter
you'd
them
use
up.
butter as basically a lubricant.
Lubricant. Yeah, to flatter someone.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's because the origin is when they didn't know how to make bread very good. And so in order to make it taste better, you had to put butter on it.
Right?
When I think of buttering somebody up, I think of like treating them really well to get something in return almost. So I'll say it stemmed from butlers back in the day, putting extra loads of butter on.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's good.
Person's bread.
Yeah.
Make it
Basically,
real.
the gist of mine is taking something that isn't very good and making it better.
In ancient India, a customary religious act involved devotees throwing balls of butter at the statues of their gods. This was meant to ask for the gods for forgiveness and favor.
So we were really close.
Ryan's is as close as
Yeah.
it could be.
They're buttering up the god.
So
Yeah, the statues.
Huh.
you had to have dogs just licking the statues,
Licking their chops.
licking their
Yeah.
chops. Oh boy.
And no one could like pull a prank and try and climb to the top of the statue. They
Yeah,
just
it's like in
slip right
Philly.
off.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like the government started that because they're having problems with people like climbing the statues and putting like sombreros on statues' heads. So
Yeah.
they just started this
India.
tradition.
Yeah. What year?
Ancient India. That's all it says.
Ancient India had sombrero problems.
Well, it's like at the Notre Dame campus, they have first down Moses is what they call it. And he's holding the 10 Commandments and he's pointing like this to the sky. And you go by there anytime and there's a condom on his finger. So it's the same situation.
It's identical.
Yep. And if Notre Dame adopted the butter tradition,
Yeah.
you know, as a sacrifice to God, no one would Moses would be condom free.
Or sticky. Or less sticky. Go the whole 9 yards.
Oh man, go the whole 9 yards. Isn't there a movie called The Whole 9 Yards?
I think so. I think Matthew McConaughey's in it.
It seems like a Matthew McConaughey movie. I don't know why, it just does.
Whole 9 yards.
I'm guessing it's something that
I think I know it.
I have no clue.
They used to sell fabric in yards, and I think 9 yards was the most that would be on a roll of fabric.
Mm.
I'm gonna say that one too.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same
That one
thing.
sounds so good
Kinda
that
thinking it.
it's got to be it.
Come on, Grandma.
Fighter pilots during during World War II had 9 yards worth of ammunition. When they gave their all to the battle, they would run out of this whole 9 yards of ammunition.
That's way cooler.
You're way
Interesting.
cooler than fabric.
Yeah,
I like that.
it was like emptying the clip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is another idiom, kind of.
Yeah.
Or is that a
You-
analogy?
It would be because you would use it when it doesn't like
Yeah,
I'm using all my money. I'm emptying the clip here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Skeleton in the closet.
The definition is you got secrets.
Yeah.
So like murders. People were keeping skeletons in the closet back in the day. I don't know.
That'd be my best guess as well.
There was a serial killer, and his MO was putting people in the closet.
Before the UK passed its 1832 Anatomy Act, grave robbers supplied skeletons for medical schools. When a raid occurred, the teachers tended to hide these skeletons in the closets so as not to have them confiscated.
Mm.
So they were a
the
secret.
schools were doing some shady shit.
Mm-hmm.
They had to teach though.
They did a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
There we had another idiom.
I don't know if that's an idiom, is it?
It'd be a good rock song.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be a good.
Good band name.
What's the devil?
I did a deal with the devil.
There's for sure a band called Deal with
Yes.
the Devil.
Yes.
Steal someone's thunder.
This has got to be an ancient.
Gotta be Greek.
Yes, or Greek gods. Yeah. Yep.
Like thunder, is that the blessing of Zeus? That you stole it from him
Isn't Thor the god of thunder?
in Norse? Yes.
God of Thunder would be a great rock song.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would be.
Also, Thunderstruck would be sick.
Yep.
Thunder rolls.
Or Thunder and the Lightning. Thunder. Thunder and lightning.
Thunder thighs.
Yeah, that's good too.
Are we just saying thunder things?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you had a bunch of bison running through a field, you could call them the thundering herd.
Okay.
work
that. What's it?
Steal someone's thunder.
I'm going Greek gods.
I'm gonna go with that Zeus
I'm
thing.
gonna go with when a lightning strike happens and the thunder, it's so far away that you don't hear the thunder until the next lightning happens, so it looks like it stole its thunder.
Okay.
That's
Actually
good.
not. I mean, you put that together pretty well.
In the 1700s, playwright John Dennis invented a method to create thunder sounds for the stage. When his play failed, others used his technique, prompting him to complain they had stolen his thunder.
How are we gonna
Not
get?
even
We're
close.
not
We're
gonna get.
never gonna get one of these. They're always so specific.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have any more?
I have one more.
All right, let's hear it.
Spill the beans.
Easy. It originated from Kevin Malone in The Office when he spilled his chili everywhere. And that's what I'm sticking to. That's where I get it from.
I think it has something to do with Bush's family baked beans. They have a secret recipe, and if you were to let the secret Bush family secret recipe leak, then you'd be spilling the beans.
Spilling the beans is revealing something that is
To reveal a secret.
yes, to reveal a secret. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Let me. If this is the last one, I want to get a real guess in. Yeah, think of one.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
keeping the Bush. I remember those commercials where they talk about it being a secret family recipe.
That's not a bad guess.
But also not very good. I feel like it's older than that.
You never know.
I feel like it had to do with
The 1615 Boston bean disaster.
yeah, where beans flowed through the
Spilled through.
spilled through the streets of Manhattan,
Yeah.
and
Everyone is covered in beans, so they had to
at
keep flicking them off.
35 miles an hour.
And George Bush's ancestor stopped it.
Which that's how we get.
And the
Bush.
molasses residue in the streets gave us the Bush family bean recipe.
Yeah, no, that's what happened. Is the Boston bean disaster, where they spilled the beans down and then the molasses they joined up, and that's how they got the secret recipe.
Mhm.
It was on the corner of 8th and Main Avenue is where they collided, and that's where we get Bush's beans from.
Until this day, you can still smell beans.
You
on
can
a hot
still
day.
smell Bush's beans on a hot day in Boston.
So what was the secret?
What? The secret ingredient?
Spilling the beans? Like
You want me to spill the beans.
no, I got it. I mean, it was a good guess. I just wondered.
Well, that wasn't my real guess.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that was a lot of brain pop.
Why all of a sudden-
no guess.
Why all of a sudden is he getting snippy?
I know. I was asking because we already established what spilling the beans meant, but that had
Trying to
nothing.
find the origin.
He was just making it funny.
I'm not serious about the Boston bean disaster.
You sounded serious about your answer. That's why I asked.
That's how you know it was a good joke. Jesus, they got to explain the bit.
Must have been.
All
then.
right, I want to get a good answer out. Spilling the beans. It was the 1400s. There was they were at a manor styled estate with servants, and when there was a couple that was eating dinner and a servant came up with beans, and when the wife said something shocking, a secret so shocking, it made the servant drop and spill the beans. And therefore, that's what that means.
That's not bad.
Mine was along the similar lines, except for the servant just spilt the beans before serving supper and just never told anybody about it.
Yeah,
But because the family never got beans, then there was consequences.
Sure.
For not serving beans with the meal.
But that wouldn't make sense. Anyways.
Dates back to ancient Greece,
Sniffy.
where votes and secret ballots were cast using beans. If someone spilled the beans,
I fucking saw that on TikTok
it would
recently.
reveal the outcome prematurely.
And I forgot. That just goes to show how much you retain from the content you watch.
So they read that again.
So when someone would tell what the bean count is, that would be spilling the beans.
Where votes and secret ballots were used casting beans, if someone spilled the beans, it would reveal the outcome prematurely.
It's so obvious.
I was
It's
close.
right in front of our face.
I mean, I was pretty close too.
It's a tough segment to guess on just because it's, again, so specific. And CBA, it could be anything. Could be any
anyone.
time. Could be anywhere. Could be anyone.
I think the one that we had the least amount of chance of getting was stealing the thunder.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to ever? We were never going to guess that.
Yeah. All right. Well, was that it, Jerrod?
2 fun facts.
Let's hear them.
Your bones will make
Before fun facts, guys, make sure you go check out our Patreon.
Yeah, you should.
We got all sorts of episodes over there. We're working on what the next goal is.
Mhm.
I saw someone comment on Spotify, said at 5,000 Myles should do a soul patch.
That's a great idea.
For how long?
I did decide. I don't know if we talked about this on the Patreon podcast or this one. Do you remember, Jerrod? The soul
That was
patch?
Patreon.
Probably Patreon. So you want to go listen to that. I was debating on whether or not I would spill the beans to Anne. Couldn't wait any longer. I floated the idea past her. And I think I know I need to do it because when I said, "What do you think about me doing a soul patch?" She said, "That's disgusting."
So we're talking
So
like
this could be perfect.
we're talking like clean shaven face,
Clean shaven
the soul
except
patch.
for literally the triangle of hair right underneath my
Hell
lower
yeah.
lip.
Hell yeah.
It's not confirmed, but not confirmed that we're going to do that.
But it's not, skeletons on
table.
it's
Maybe it
skeletons
could.
in the
Maybe
closet.
maybe it could be like a meter stone instead of a milestone
Okay.
along the way.
A milestone.
It could be a
Hey.
milestone instead of a milestone.
It's one extra S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
No
one
way.
too.
Your bone.
All right, good talk.
You don't have to at all. No one.
No, we all got to do soul patches.
That's
Okay.
the point. I wouldn't really have to do anything.
You just have to take a Sharpie to your face, Ryan.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yours would be so blonde. Yours and I, Jerrod, would look nice.
Mhm. Quote unquote. Your bones will make up about 15% of your total body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, your bones weigh about 30 pounds.
That's why they say there's no such thing as big boned. Is that correct?
It's a rough estimate because some bones are bigger
So like
Oh, they are.
on average. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Some body
the
types.
heavier you are, that your bones have to get denser to support your weight. So if you're huge, you quite literally are big boned.
Well, but also too, if like maybe I'm big boned, Tyler. Remember I was saying that I feel like I'm a little bit bigger than you, but I don't feel like I'm 30 pounds larger than
Mhm.
you. Maybe I just got bigger bones than you.
Could be.
Big boned.
Yeah, because it's like someone who doesn't appear to be a certain weight. You know, it's like it probably got higher bone density or some shit.
I don't know. I take a lot of calcium supplements now.
You do have brittle ass bones.
Not anymore. Them things are hard as shit now.
knock on wood.
That could be true, actually. Maybe he's got tiny bones. Get the low
Oh.
density tiny bones.
I can think of one that could be bigger.
In 2012, German freediver Tom, I think Siestas, held his breath underwater for 22 minutes and 22 seconds, besting Dane Severson's previous Guinness record by 22 seconds
That's a really long time.
Holy shit.
22 minutes.
and 22 seconds.
I can't even pay attention to one thing for 22 minutes.
I've in the last couple years, I remember at some point I was like, let's see how long I can hold my breath. And it was like 35 seconds.
Underwater?
I'm not even
Just like what?
My longest is minute 52.
Yeah, but you were trying to.
Yeah, you
hold
do
your
enough.
breath.
You do enough Wim Hof, you'll get fucking 10 minutes if you really.
I would
wanted
be
to.
surprised if that was in your 75 hard.
No, it's
We're not.
not.
We're not.
Nope.
We're
We have a-
supportive.
Yeah,
You should add that in. Actually,
Wim Hofing?
you should Wim Hof.
you're a
hard.
Wim Hof.
I don't know what
You
that
should do a
is.
hard Wim Hof.
Never heard of it.
You use Wim Hof a lot.
You got to add it in.
Do you need Jergens to
I
Wim
don't
Hof?
want to. I don't want to.
Well, it would be a great replacement since you're not doing the diet thing. You could add in the Wim Hofing.
Yeah, I'll consider it for.
You used to do it.
I'll consider it for as long as I can hold my breath.
Minute
man.
52
So minute
seconds.
52. So I have minute 52 to convince you.
Done.
Go.
I will fire you if you don't do Wim Hof with your hard 75.
It's fine. I think I'd probably bring that one to court. I don't know.
No, I think we're in at-will state. I think I can fire you for any reason. So, convinced?
No.
All right,
No.
you're
It's like,
fired.
yeah. I'll have my laptop in tonight.
Clear,
Brad.
clear it off
Jared, you
for
gotta
Wim
get an
Hofing.
office, Jared.
Let's go.
You're saying let's go after your coworker just got fired
On air.
on air.
Let's go.
You think I'm joking? I'm fucking.
Don't hold your breath.
You got to remember, I'm 13 days hard, and you think that's gonna soften me up?
I tried to get him this weekend. He texted me and said, God, thinking about having a couple beers. I said, tie one fucking on with the boys.
No,
Yeah.
that was I started out with that. That was a complete joke to begin with.
You're
What did I
good
say? I
drinking
said I was
buddy.
gonna get shit faced tonight.
I said,
I
you
said,
earned
nah.
it. I gave him an attaboy just to try and lure him.
It was more so
He stayed strong.
Hey, way to stay
It was
hard.
more so just to see where the discipline levels were at.
Yeah, so we were like, haha, whatever. And then I was like, so what are you doing? He's like, I'm eating a gallon of ice cream right now. That's what Ryan said.
That's just not true.
A gallon?
That's a lot.
It's just not true. Can I put that out there before you guys
Oh, how
start
much ice
asking
cream did you
questions?
He's sitting on the couch, just fucking
With a
eating
ladle.
a ladle gallon of ice cream. And he's telling people about how he's doing 75 hard.
Yeah, this is not
What's
true.
the truth?
The truth is I didn't eat any ice cream.
Oh.
Nor did I. The ice cream wasn't even in the
Hey,
conversation.
you don't have to defend yourself. It was just a joke. We're supportive.
Oh, here you go.
No, we're supportive. I'm glad that you resisted temptation this weekend.
I'm.
Is
I
it
got-
going
I got
well?
nothing else.
Is it going well?
It's going well.
What's
going
on
well.
the docket for the outside workout today, considering that it was like -7 when I woke up?
Great question.
Go for a walk.
Do you just the only thing
Just
you can
bundle up.
see is just your eyeballs or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, just my eyeballs. Bridge of my nose.
Don't walk by a bank.
I mean, it was like negative. It was like negative what? -10 last week.
That's nothing.
They don't
You
call
put
it
enough layers on, then fuck, it's not.
they don't call it warm 75.
No. They don't. Yeah. What do you? They don't call it warm plunging. They call it cold plunging.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a reason. So
Should
Going
have that
good.
in. Is that it, Jared?
That's all I have.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. May your 75s be hard and your idioms be. You have the right answer for your. I don't know. To each their own.
That's a good one.
Cheers, Ryan.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Myles loves caulk, always filling gaps. Ryan's got that shiplap, lining up his traps. Drive through therapy, painting over cracks. Sorry, mom, I'm just spitting straight facts. Guessing idioms, what's the catchphrase? Wim Hof breathing ice baths for days. Drinking with shoe nice, man, stomach amaze. Counting beers like sheep in a haze. Chris Killingsworth sitting at the bar. Talking play, sipping whiskey from a jar. DIY kings driving old beat up cars. Cutting loose, reaching for the stars. Turn the tunes loud, let's crash the place. Myles slinging caulk, there's no time to waste. Ryan trimming shiplap, making wood embrace. Drive through therapy, got tears on my face. Idioms, metaphors, what's the benchmark? Wim Hof breathing, lungs filling with spark. Shoe nice chugging, call it an art. Counting beers, tally marks in the dark. Chris Killingsworth, cheers to the crowd. Analyzing life, speaking out loud. DIY duo, make their folks proud. Creating in chaos, never allowed.
How big of a steak do you think you could honestly eat in one sitting?
I know I can eat a 16 ouncer. I've done it, 16 ounce ribeye, slap that baby down. Can I get up to 24? I don't know. Because what, you'd have to have a porterhouse in order to get to 24?
How big is a tomahawk? It's got to be up there.
Well, do they weigh the bone?
I was
in
just gonna
there?
ask
No.
that.
You talking bone in tomahawk or bone out?
I mean, just think about it, you guys. Fucking, are you gonna ask for a tomahawk bone in or bone out? like as if
Boneless.
there's an
It's like a
option.
wing. Yeah.
Boneless tomahawk.
That's
Yeah,
just
I
a chicken nugget.
I think if I really sat down and focused on it, I think I could probably put a 24 ouncer down.
I think more. I don't know. I think I do 32.
I think it. Yeah,
That's a
meat
lot
fills
of
you up.
fucking
Also,
It is, but I think-
yeah.
2 ribeye, 16 ounce ribeyes is a lot of meat.
I think that's my peak though.
That would be like eating 2 1-pound burger patties, right?
That is, yeah.
Yeah, 32 ounces, 16 ounces a piece.
To be a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You think I could do 32? I think a year ago I could do 32. I don't know about now.
Yeah.
I think I could do 30.
I think I'm at the 25 range. Do I get all day or is it sit down, eat it?
If you throw up, you lose.
I think let's just say an hour and a half,
I was gonna say 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Throw up roll.
Maybe 30.
I could do 32 in 2 hours.
Yeah. I think that's doable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm a
Walk around a
puker
little
though.
bit.
When I get too full, I puke.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know
We
you
used to
do.
go to Chinese buffets as a kid, and I would just eat Chinese food until I threw up.
What?
Money's worth.
It was, I'm dead serious. I would just eat like 3 plates really fast and then go throw up.
I think you were you had to cut weight for wrestling, probably.
No, my mom actually. I don't remember the story, but my grandma told me
so are you saying that you were bulimic growing up?
So we were eating at a Chinese restaurant, and I wouldn't throw up, and my mom told me I had bulimia, and I thought, I'm like, why did you never tell me I had this? Like, why would you hide this from me for so long?
Can I get an Adderall prescription for that?
I didn't know what bulimia was. I was like 10 years old.
Like, I can't eat sugar anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, 32 ounce steak, roughly what? That's 1 ounce every 4 minutes.
Dude, you can
It's
do
easy.
it.
Yeah.
Walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut, dip
Can you
it in
pull
water.
Can you pull up? Just Google 32 ounce steak. See if they even serve them in 32 ounces.
Yeah. But I also like just see one for size here.
Yeah, get a visual.
Yeah. Banana for scale if you
Get under
can.
the
Yep.
hood.
That's it.
That's
I could kill that. Never
for
mind.
sure.
If that's
Okay,
really
yep.
32 ounces.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one right there looks.
It's a lot. But I
Okay.
think-
Okay. The John Candy movie where he eats the steak.
I think that's like a
90
64
something.
or something.
Okay.
90
Okay.
something.
See, in that photo is like people who take photos with fish. They hold it way out to the camera. That's way.
Yeah, that
That's a
thing's a
stop.
12 ouncer. That's
Look up what John Candy's steak is in the Great Outdoors. Great Outdoors steak. 96.
Yep, 96. It's good steak.
So a third of that?
I could definitely do 32.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm maybe even thinking 40 now.
There's a YouTube video, a 72-ounce Canadian steak.
Jeez.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. 32.
We should try it.
No.
Okay.
Because then I got to buy the steak. And then you're not going to eat half of it.
Dude, I'm a plate cleaner.
He's dirty bulking.
We'll bring the dog.
Let's just not talk about your eating habits any longer on this podcast. What else you got, Jerrod?
Miller time. Fuck, marry, kill. Nashville, Deadwood, Lake of the Ozarks.
Whoa.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's a really good one. I'll go first.
You're going to marry Deadwood.
No, I'm gonna marry Nashville.
Wow.
Really?
I'm gonna I'll fuck Deadwood and I'll kill Lake of the Ozarks.
Hmm.
Okay, because I'm gonna since they're locations, I'm gonna treat this as like a where I would want to live, where I'd want to vacation to, and where I'd never want to go. So I think I'm gonna marry Deadwood because I could live there.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah.
I could live in Deadwood. I think I'm also gonna kill Ozarks, and I'm gonna fuck Nashville.
Now, objectively, that wasn't what the question was.
I know, but that's just I'm explaining my thought process to you guys, thinking out loud, if you will.
Okay. Jerrod, what about you?
I'll kill Lake of the Ozarks. I just haven't been there. I'll marry Deadwood and fuck Nashville.
Flip
Flop him. Sorry, I'll flip flop him.
You're gonna marry Deadwood. Fuck Nashville. No, you're marrying
Nashville. Better flights.
Yeah.
It's way easier to get there.
Exactly.
That is actually a great point.
You're right.
It's also not that easy to get to the Ozarks either from here.
No.
It's a little awkward.
So yeah, I'm not gonna kill Nashville for a lot of those reasons. Plus, like, I'm a country music.
Yeah.
Songwriter.
I'm a what is it?
Fan, aficionado
I'm
Expert.
not a fan.
of country music.
I'm a singer-songwriter.
Oh, an artist.
Yes, I'm a singer-songwriter in Nashville. So I think I got it.
I mean, singers are allowed to be fans.
No, you would not go, oh, Kenny Chesney is a country fan.
I bet he
He's
is.
a country artist. It's just way different.
I bet he's a really big fan.
I bet he is.
Yeah, sure, but anyways. Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.